let me ask you, how did you sleep last night? When you wake up in the morning, do you feel that you have energy for the day? You know that over 20% of people in the Western world suffer from some kind of sleep problem, and it's a growing issue in the developing countries as well. Now, some of it is physical and need to be checked by a doctor, but in many cases, just with a bit of changes and tweaks and understanding, we can get back into the natural, nourishing sleep cycle. Now, this video is packed with ideas and tweaks and tips. So if you or someone that you know suffer from insomnia, stay awake. Hi there. My name is Itai from lovinglifeontheroad.com, and I'm a psychotherapist and hypnotherapist. In the past 8 years, I worked with people from all over the world, and those questions, how we slept, it's something that I ask every person that come to me, even if sleeping is not the issue that they come for, because sleep is so important for us. It's part of our basic need. It's like it's associated with so many issues, from depression to schizophrenia to physical problems like obesity and pain management. And it's been known forever. Probably first class in torture in school. You know, you want to control people, you want to make them crazy, sleep deprivation. Okay, we all have sleepless night, but if it's become like a habit, if it's going on for too long, it's a bit like we creating a sleep debt that we owe ourselves. And as much as time passes, it's harder to repay it. And sleep is natural. We did it before we even born. It's not actually something that we do. Like, no one knows the exact moment that you fall into sleep, that you drift into sleep. It's like when we stop trying, when we kind of step aside and let another part of us to take control, this is when we just naturally drifting into sleep. And you might say that you have a busy mind and you cannot switch it off. Well, when we sleep, our brain is still active. Actually, in the REM state that associated with dreaming, our brain is as active as awake time. So it's not about switching off, it's about let the brain work in a different way. So how many hours we should sleep? Well, the National Sleep Foundation said that adults between 26 and 65 should sleep something between 7 to 9 hours. Of course, you're individual and it can change. You can go to the website and check their chart. But it's not only how long we sleep, it's about the quality that we sleep. Okay, we can pop up a pill and go to sleep, but then the quality of the sleep won't be the same, and some people become dependent on those pills. It's a bit like eating only fast food. You can get all the calories that you need, and probably way more, but would you get the right nutrition that you need? Probably a whole different issues for a different video. And it's true that with modern life, with electricity and computers and telephones and all the stress, it's no wonder that the sleep cycle is getting out of whack. So how did we sleep before? How our ancestors slept? Let's check people that like the idea of insomnia. It's so foreign for them that like they don't even have a word for it in their language. So in a study that came out recently, they checked 3 indigenous tribes from Tanzania, Namibia, and Bolivia that have no internet, no electricity, and no connection to the modern world. And they gave them those fancy wristbands that can get a lot of information, let them wear it for a while, and then they check all this information, they put it together, and this is what do they learn. Those people that they still live as a hunter-gatherers, like our ancestors, sleep the same amount of time like we do, more or less, depends on the season, between 7 and 8.5 hours. They're active throughout the day, and then they go to sleep about 3 to 6 hours after sundown, when the air is a bit cooler. The time before they go to sleep, they hang out around the fire, telling stories, chilling, and kind of nodding off till they go to sleep. They sleep out throughout the night, and then they wake up just before sunrise as the air is the coolest. So apparently, like, temperature is important to our sleep cycle, not only light. The time that they get the most sun during the day, it's the morning hours. Let's see if how we can put some of this information into our life. So first of all, we need to look at the big picture. How if you exercise, what you eat, how you eat. If you have like 9 cups of coffee a day, that will influence you. The same with alcohol. Alcohol in the evening will make you sleepy in the beginning, but then it will create low quality of sleep. If you exercise, awesome. But if don't do intense exercise, like in the evening, too close to bedtime. Let the body cool down a few hours before you go to sleep. Same with food. Uh, Big meal, few hours before you sleep. Let the digestion system to work before you go to sleep. And the same as those tribe people, they have kind of a ritual, a routine of going into sleep, and it's something that's really helpful. Like waking up, going to sleep in the same time, waking up in the same time, more or less, will help the brain to the biological clock to be tuned. And the same as like the sunset is going, like we as well need to kind of shift gear and start to dim light a bit, close light where it's not necessary. Get off computers, TVs, like video games, like an hour and a half, 2 hours before you go to sleep. All these blinking lights and loud music and sounds, it's like it's get the brain really activate. It's hard to kind of to tune down. So turn it off. And what to do instead? The same as those people. Socialize, hang out with your family, talk, or just read a book, like a real book, not from a screen. It helps to calm down the brain. Let's look at your bedroom. The bedroom should be like inviting, comfortable. Anything that not associated with sleep should be out. So like no TV, no radio, like bedroom, it should be for sleep and sex. No eating, no writing, nothing else. Everything needs to be out. Make sure that you have like curtains if necessary, and that it's ventilate well. And check your feng shui. What I mean is, I had a client that she told me that she could sleep when she went once to a business trip, but when she's at home, she find it difficult to sleep. So we just got her to rearrange the furniture in the room, and it's worked like charm. So give it a go. Now, I mentioned the temperature is really important. So let's see how we can bring this into our sleep habits. So the recommendation is that the temperature in the room will be between 18, it will be like 18 degrees Celsius. It's about 65 Fahrenheit, if I got it right. So if you need, open a window, get the aircon on, whatever necessary. As well, take a hot shower or bath before you go to sleep. This move from the hot shower to the cool room will trigger the reptilian brain and it will make us sleepy. Another thing is, don't get cold feet in bed. No, what I mean is, put socks if necessary. Like when we drift into sleep, the bloods go to the hands and legs. So you need to make sure that they feel warm. One way that you can do it is just imagine for a few minutes that you walk on a hot sand, or that your hand is in front of a fire. And just by imagining it for a few minutes, most people find it very easy to already feel a change. Perhaps you're one of those people that go to sleep okay, but then wake up in the middle of the night and feel really awake and cannot sleep. So let's look at another experiment that, again, wanted to check how we sleep without electricity in the modern life. So they took a group of people and they put them in a place where they had no electricity, and they let them sleep as much as they want. In the first 3-4 weeks, they slept like 11 hours a day. But then they settled on like 7-8 hours a night. They went to sleep a few hours after sunset, and then they slept for like 3-4 hours, and then woke up and had like an hour to 2 hours of being really relaxed but awake. And then they drift into sleep again till the sunrise. So this is a different pattern. And I don't really sure, but perhaps the first group were closer to the equator, and the second group, the second two-phase pattern, were more in Europe. where the nights are longer and it's a cooler weather. But what's important is that perhaps if you wake up in the middle of the night, maybe you're just really in tune with this two-phase sleeping pattern. And it's a really creative pattern, a creative time. So just, just lie down and just let ideas come to you can be really, really good. Just relax about it. And don't look at the clock. I had a client that told me like, oh, wake up at 1:35, 2:15, 4:20. Like, how do you know exactly? She actually realized by herself that every time when she wake up, she look at the clock and then she go like, oh, I have this kind of how many hours I have to sleep. Oh my God, I'm going to be so tired tomorrow. Okay, so she realized that like not looking at the clock, she just naturally could drift back into sleep. As well, like turn off all those phone notifications. You don't need to know what's going on Facebook in the middle of the night. Now, if like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour pass and you cannot sleep, get out of bed. Go to a different room, a cool room, with a dim light and either sit and read. Or, even better, this quiet thing that you can do that you procrastinate for a while, maybe going through some papers or filling up a form, this is a great time to do it. Just by doing it, you're going to feel after that better and you might fall asleep easier. And when you wake up in the morning, get those morning hours sun. Just get out, take your dog for a walk in the park. Just even do a walk around the block. Just going out, moving the body in the morning, with the morning sun, with a bit of movement, it will make your whole day better and your night better. There's so many benefits, I won't even go into it. So as you see, there is no one rule fit all. You're an individual, and it's depending your culture, where you live, the time of the year. There's so many aspects. Like general recommendation is not to sleep, not to nap during the day. But then again, like all around the Mediterranean, from Spain to Egypt, there is something like the siesta, where they sleep through the hot noon hours and then they go to sleep later on. So I don't know. You need to find what works for you. And if you need a helping hand, just underneath this video, there is a button that says contact me. It will take you to my page, my online therapy page, where you can send me a private message, and then we can set a session, an online session from wherever you are in the world, and help you to get back into the nourishing, natural sleep. And as well, I like to give you is MP3 of like one of my favorite way to drift into sleep. It's a very short MP3. All you need to do is put your email below, and immediately you get the video. And if you don't see this video on my blog, head to the blog. This is where everything happening. So now it's your turn. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what worked for you. Maybe I missed something. Maybe you have other ideas. And please share this video. Perhaps other people will find it really helpful. So I'm Itai from lovinglifeontheroad.com. Take a small step. Walk your own path. See you later.